Hi, I'm Rachel, and today I'm talking with you about how to get yourself out of a funk. Because we know we don't want to stay in a bad mood any longer than we have to. I'm Rachel, and I'm a writer, coach, and speaker. I'm so glad that you're here. If you'll please give this video a thumbs up, it'll help other people to get out of bad mood. And go ahead down below, hit the subscribe button. I'd love if you could make sure that you get all of my videos as soon as they come out. So I have a list of 10 items, 10 actions to share with you to help get yourself out of a funk. Because, you know, it's one thing if you want to be in a bad mood and you want to sit around and complain and eat Cheetos or tortilla chips and sit on the couch. But I don't want to do that. And I have a feeling you don't either, because that's why you're here. So, no matter what happened, we're going to help get you out of a bad mood. So, number one, and I hope you're not going to turn off this video because this isn't always people's favorite thing to do, but no matter what, whenever I do this, my bad mood gets better. It is amazing. So first thing I want you to do, or you don't have to do this first, there's 9 other things. First thing on the list, clean or declutter. Now I know you're thinking, I'm in a bad mood and you want me to clean? Well, here's the thing. You're already feeling badly, and so it's not going to hurt you to clean a little bit. And the thing is, by the time your area is clean, you're already going to be feeling better. And there's a couple things that work here. One, there's this concept from psychology, I think, and it's called releasing the stress response. And so, like, let's say you just had a really stressful interaction. Maybe somebody rear-ended you. Maybe you got in a fight with your mother-in-law. Maybe your boss at work told you all the things that you're not doing, and you're thinking, I don't have time to do all those things. Maybe it's just one of those days where you're like, I really wish I had just won the lottery this weekend so I could just prop my feet up, order takeout, and chill. I want you to pick a space in your house that you can get clean in anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. If you like listening to music while you clean, do that. If your house is pretty clean already, see if you can find something to declutter. What I have found is, and I usually go for like kind of the dirtiest places. So I don't scrub my tub as often as I should. But when something really sets me off, then I'm in a bad mood, I head straight for that tub and I just give it the elbow grease. This is kind of like the equivalent of punching a pillow. Like, you know, you don't want to go punching people. It's frowned upon. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. But you can sure use that energy and all that like built up aggression and adrenaline, if that's the kind of bad mood you're in, to use that elbow grease, scrub out all those soap scum, I think is what it's called, in the bathtub. Scrub the toilet, scrub the sink, wipe off the mirror, scrub your oven. You get 2 things out of this. 1, your body gets to work through that adrenaline and helps to dissipate some of that. 2, at the end of it, you have a really nice clean space. And if you're in a bad mood that's kind of like a ho-hum depressed bad mood, I really believe getting your body moving and cleaning that space is going to make you feel so much better. Second thing on the list, dance or sing. Even if you're not good at either one of those, it doesn't matter. I know if I put on some peppy tunes, Bob Marley's one of my go-tos, or I start dancing around the house, I start feeling better. And so if I'm in a bad mood, but like something important's coming up later that day or the next day where I need to be kind of putting on a happy face, I put on some good tunes and I start feeling better pretty quickly. Number 3, do something nice for someone else. So this could be as simple as, you know, making cookies for your neighbors or your coworkers. It could be, you know, buying a coffee for the person in line behind you if you do drive-through coffee. It could be paying for the next person's gas in line. You could buy just a gift card for your kid's teacher and just send a note like, hey, it's a random Thursday, but you know what? I care about you. You do a good job. Here is a gift card to go buy yourself some cool art supplies or teacher supplies at Michael's. Doing something nice for others helps activate this other part of you so that you're feeling altruistic, you're feeling good. You're remembering that even though like it might feel like your life sucks right now, you can make somebody else smile. You can bring joy to someone else's life, and oftentimes what happens is you start feeling better too. The next thing I think, which is one of my go-tos that I always do, this is number 3 or 4, sorry, I lost track, is get outside. And, you know, if you live in a really urban environment, hopefully you have some type of park there, or if not, maybe there's an arboretum you could go to, or a conservatory, or a zoo. I want you to go outside and find some nature. And if there's a park bench that you can sit on, or a place where you can just kind of take it in for a little bit, nature really has such a restorative effect on us and can be so calming and soothing to our spirits and our souls. And it is just, when I've been through some of my hardest times, I always go out in nature and I come back feeling amazing. The next item on the list, which I think is number 5, I'll have to double check, is to get out a pad of paper or a notebook or a journal and a pen. And you can do one of 2 things, or you can do both. So I want you to journal and just get out all the stuff that's going on. Write it out, write it out, write it out. Sometimes just getting it on paper and out from inside can be so cathartic. So that's one of your options you could do with your paper and pen. The other thing that you could do is make a list of 10 things that are great about you. And when I work with clients, I have them over the course of like a month or so write 50 things. I haven't challenged someone to do 100 yet, but maybe I should. And a lot of people really balk at that at first. They're like, 50 great things about me? No. But you know what? I'm assuming you could probably ask 5 of your friends for 2 things each. That's 10 right there. So there are more great things about you than you realize, and I really want you to take a few moments to think about them and put it on a list. And if today your bad mood or your funk that you're in is the same bad mood and funk you were in yesterday and last week, and I don't know, maybe you've lost someone, maybe you've lost an opportunity, maybe you just don't know why, but you just feel bad. Put this list of 10 things on your fridge or near your bathroom mirror or near your dresser, somewhere where you're going to see it every single day, and where you can start saying, yeah, you know, there are great things about me. My life is really good. And so just keep on reminding yourself of that. The next thing, number 6, I want you to write a thank you letter to someone. Now, if you don't have somebody's address, that's okay. I mean, you could call or text, but actually scientific research shows that by the physical act of writing someone a thank you note, someone who has made an impact on your life, your happiness increases. And it's hard to stay in a bad mood when you're writing someone a thank you for something they have done for you. And I really encourage you, if there's a professor from college, you know, even if it was 15 years ago, if there's a high school teacher, if it's your child's music lesson teacher, pick someone in your life, and it could be someone who's presently in your life or someone from the past, and write them a thank you note. And I know if you've ever received a thank you note out of the blue, it has such an amazing effect to receive it too. So think of like all the good things that are going to be happening from this. Number 7, and this is something that I got from my mom, one of the best pieces of wisdom that she ever gave to me. And she, whenever I was in a bad mood or feeling self-pity and bad about things, she would tell me to find someone who was in a, quote, worse situation than me and help that person. And, you know, some of the time, especially when I was a teenager and she would tell me this, I did not want to do it. And I kind of was resistant to it. But later, when I got into my 20s, I started applying that. And it is amazing. So for example, I mean, you could go volunteer at a soup kitchen or a homeless shelter. I haven't done those things recently. I don't actually know if I've ever volunteered at either one of those, but what I would do is I would look around at the friends that I know and think, is anybody going through a rough time? Can I help someone out? And I would make an extra effort to cook that person a meal or just reach out to them more than I might normally do and make sure they're doing okay, like if they just lost a family member. And this has kind of two effects, you know, again, because we're doing something good and altruistic, we feel good inside, and we're helping care for those around us. So it's like we're helping our community, but it also really reinforces perspective. Because even though I know you feel bad right now, some level of bad, I don't know what level it is, you know, there's always somebody who's doing worse than you. And I'm not saying that to be like a, oh, you're higher up than them kind of thing, but just, it's just true. Like, no matter what's happening, there's probably somebody who's got it worse. And so it's really easy to think, woe is me, I'm so sad, look at all these terrible things that have happened to me. But then you could just as easily think, well, look at this other person, like things are even worse for them. Maybe I should help them. And by helping them, you really start to feel better yourself. And it's just one of my favorite methods to get out of a funk. And I find it's one of those methods that it's not like a you do it one day and then you're done kind of thing. I mean, you can do it that way. But if you have a long-standing kind of bad mood or funk that you're in, or like if there's something like grieving a lost one that is really overshadowing your life, finding something that you can do every week that is having a really positive effect, this is one of those actions that over time really builds and can really change and lift your mood and lighten up your perspective. Number 8, I think one of the best things that you can do every week, and I do this every week, is take one whole day off of social media. And if you can take the whole day off of being online, then that's even better. And I mean, obviously you're watching me on social media, so I'm not anti, you know, I think there's so many huge benefits. Like, we get to connect, and I didn't even know you before this. You didn't even know me before this, perhaps. You know, social media can bring people together. It can lift us up, and there's so many amazing things that can happen. But also, for quite a lot of this, and the research supports this too, it can make us feel lonelier. We can feel more disconnected, and more time spent on social media is not correlated with more happiness. And so what I do is I pick one day a week, and typically I do it the same day, where I challenge myself the whole day not to go online, not to check Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, not to pin things on Pinterest, and just take a break and step away. And if part of your funk that you're in or bad mood relates to the fact that maybe you feel like you're not as far ahead as peers that you have, or, you know, I mean, it could be a number of things. I know when in the past, when I was trying to conceive and it wasn't happening right away, seeing photos of other people's babies and pregnant bodies was not fun to look at. But by giving myself a break every week, I was able to step back. I was able over time to feel joy for those people. And so it's really good to give yourself some space from social media, because it's designed to kind of take over our lives. They've designed these things to be addictive. They're very effective at keeping us on there as much as possible. But I really challenge you to take some time off every week, time for you. Because it's hard to feel good when you're just absorbing from all of these media, from all of these things. It's really good to take time just for you. And that reminds me, I have a video, I'll try and link it above, about staying centered and grounded that you might also enjoy. All right, number 9, all the artists and creatives in the group are going to be like, woo woo, I'm glad you got to this one. So number 9 is, I want you to create something. If you're in a really bad mood, you might think, no, I want you to tell me to destroy something. And you know what? If that's where you're at, go break some dishes. Just don't break it where you're going to step on the shards, and hopefully you don't break all the dishes. So yeah, create something, a painting, write a song, write a haiku. You know, maybe you're really into weaving and macrame. Maybe you love doing pottery. Maybe you love baking. Oh my gosh, I know a lot of people who, when things are crazy in their lives, they're like, I gotta get in that kitchen and make some muffins and some brownies. And you know, when they bring stuff into work, you're like, they got stuff going on in their lives. Whatever it is that is your special, it doesn't even have to be a talent. You don't even have to be good at creating this thing. The point is not, I'm gonna make this beautiful thing that I've created and now I feel good because look at what I can do. No, the point of it is you're being creative. You are making something that wasn't there this morning. And it is such an amazing impact on your life to create something. And it's a great way to break out of your funk. All right, and last one, number 10. This one, if you're an atheist, you might be like, I'm not doing this one, but you know what? I'm putting it in here anyway. You might want to try it out. I recommend find a way to connect to your spirituality. You could pray, meditate, visit a church, mosque, synagogue, temple. Take some time to step out of like this world we live in, the material world, and reconnect to the spiritual world. And whether it's actually like going to a church or a temple and attending a service or praying with the rabbi or a minister, or maybe you're just walking around a church when they're not even in service and enjoying the ambiance. Another thing you could do is meditate. You can do that from anywhere or pray. All right. Thank you so much for staying with me, and remember to like this video below. And if you want to get my Reclaim Your Life guide, which is a quick little guide to help you bring even more joy into your life, there's the link for that below. See you soon. Bye.